Welcome back, everybody, to the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise here on Madden 21. Today, we kick off season number 5. We're going to be going over the preseason briefly and then playing our Week 1 game against the Packers. Last episode was the 2024 NFL Draft, in which we got to see a lot of great young players get selected. We made some moves, too. In the first round, we added wide receiver D.D. Winterblossom out of Kansas, who is a 76 overall with hidden depth. He will have an opportunity to compete for a wide receiver of 3 position. We traded up in the second round to get linebacker Denver Hurd. And with our other second round pick, we selected running back Isaiah Sparks, who of course should have won the Heisman Trophy this past year at Westlake. Sparks is an 81 overall with hidden depth, and he will get 2 split carries with R.J. Ewell in the backfield. The rest of our draft was fine. We added a few other talented depth players, and I think this team is poised to possibly repeat as Super Bowl champions this year. So we're going to simcast the 4 preseason games. We're going to go over the stats and then determine who we should cut, and then play Week 1 against the Packers. I said a few episodes ago that I plan on doing 2 games per episode going forward. Today we're only going to do 1, but most of the time I will do 2. We signed quite a few subscriber-made undrafted free agents as well, as they will try to possibly get an opportunity to compete for a roster spot, or worst case, a practice squad spot. The guy who intrigued me the most was safety Kennard Brooklyn, although I think all of these guys have talent and could be pretty good. So this is the depth chart going into the preseason. Historically, I don't like to play starters in the preseason. The only guys who could start are players who are competing for spots, guys like Zeke Bowman, D.D. Winterblossom, Isaiah Clemens, Igbenogany, Marcel Stokely, guys like that. But other than them, I'm not letting any actual starters play in the preseason. So we're going to simcast this first game here against the Cincinnati Bengals, who, of course, we have played in the AFC Championship 2 years in a row. We obviously beat them last year. Looks like we might beat them here as long as we hold on, and we will. 32-14. That might be a scoregami. As we look at the box score, the name who really stuck out to me was quarterback Devontae Williamson, who threw for 3 touchdowns. He is competing for the 3rd string job with Michael Granson Jr. and certainly played well in this game. The other notable performer was Josh Allen, who had 3 sacks. Why Josh Allen played at all, I don't know, but I guess it's good to see him on the field, even though I didn't really want him there. So a nice win, but there's one problem. 3 new injuries. Noah Igbenogany broke his foot. Denver Hurd dislocated his ankle. And undrafted free agent Octavius Octagonal dislocated his elbow. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Igbenogany was competing for the slot corner spot with Isaiah Clemens, and although I was leaning towards going with Clemens, it does suck because now we don't really get to see Igbo until later in the year. Denver Hurd, our 2nd round pick, probably was not going to play a ton this year, but again, it would have been really nice to see him get more of an opportunity in the preseason rather than him getting injured. And then Octagonal, he's just an undrafted guy, whatever. So we're going to put all 3 on IR, give ourselves some extra roster spots for the start of the regular season as we get to Week 2 against the Bills. Hopefully, this game goes a lot better than our first preseason game. I know we beat the Bengals pretty handedly, but we also had 3 injuries, 2 of which to young players who I was excited to see play in the preseason. So it's currently tied, but the Bills are doing some damage. Both teams score late touchdowns, and Buffalo wins 23-20. So that'll push us down to 1-1 in the preseason. Williamson was again better than Michael Granson, which is interesting. Damian Hudson with back-to-back strong performances as he tries to possibly get a roster spot. And then Josh Allen had 2 more sacks. Again, why he was on the field, I don't know. But, oh well, at least he hasn't gotten injured. We did not get any new injuries in Week 2, which is very good as we get to Week 3 against the Cleveland Browns, trying to get over 500 here in the preseason. This is where the starters play the most in Week 3 of the preseason. Now, we are not playing our starters, obviously, but the guys listed atop the depth chart will play more. So we'll get to see more of Michael Granson Jr. in this game, which is nice, as we are currently winning. Do we hold on? We do. 19-14 is your final. So our backups pretty much beat the Brown starters, essentially. That's kind of cool. Michael Granson played well, Good to see him performing, 21 of 30, 249, and a touchdown. Unfortunately, we have really not been able to run the ball at all. Zeke Bowman with a great game, 9 for 117 and a touchdown. It seems like he's doing well in the battle for wide receiver 3 over Dede Winterblossom. Horton Kowalski and Marcel Stokely each got 2 sacks, which is nice. So that'll bring us to week 4, the final preseason game here against the Denver Broncos. Going to try to stay over 500 here for the preseason, but the Broncos are dismantling us. They're up 20-0. We do make a nice little run at the end. We would take the lead, but Denver would score late and win 26-21. So we will finish the preseason with a record of 2-2, although record doesn't really matter. It's more so about the stats. Devontae Williamson threw 3 touchdowns, but he also threw 3 interceptions. So it's going to be a tough decision to determine which quarterback we keep on the roster because there's no point of having both Granson and Williamson. A lot of sacks. Josh Jordan had an interception. Again, I don't know why he played, but whatever. So looking at the numbers, it seems like Williamson got to throw a lot more passes, and he had, it seems like, more splash plays, but was also more inconsistent. We could not run the ball at all. Kyra Brooks did score twice, but yeah, we're going to need our starting offensive linemen. Damian Hudson and Simba Azikiwe were both standout performers. Zeke Bowman also outplayed Dede Winterblossom, so I think Bowman will start the year as wide receiver 3. Donovan Springs kind of struggled. He allowed 5 sacks. We sacked the quarterback a lot. 6 for Allen, 3.5 for Kowalski, 3 for Stokely, and 2 for Barton. Yet we only forced 2 turnovers, an interception by Josh Jordan, and a forced fumble and recovery from Sam Alford. There are the special team stats, by the way, so let's get to cuts. Had to make a lot of tough decisions here. I decided to release Michael Granson Jr. There were a lot of good players who I wanted to hold on to, but we were unable to. I threw our 7th round fullback, Rocky Rivers, on the practice squad. Pretty much all of the undrafted players we signed this year I put on the practice squad, except for the left tackle, Octavius Octagonal, considering he is on injured reserve, and he will likely stay on IR the rest of the year. I think the most surprising cut I decided to do was left tackle Donovan Springs. He played quite a bit down the stretch last year. I'm pretty sure he got some meaningful snaps in the Super Bowl, but I think our offensive line depth is a lot better than it was last year, and we don't really need Springs, considering he was a disappointment. Really had to make some tough decisions here at the end. There were a lot of guys I did not want to release, but I mean, we need 53 players on the roster. We can't have any more, and we had to cut players who we ended up liking. Kennard Brooklyn was a guy who I wanted to keep on the 53-man roster, but I had to throw him on the practice squad as well. Had to cut Lee Egerton, one of our former 4th-round picks. He just never really got a full opportunity to showcase. I don't think Lee Egerton ever caught a pass. I know he kick returned as a rookie, but I don't really think he did more than that. So that'll pretty much conclude the preseason. Here's a look at the practice squad that we have currently. Now, we can always certainly switch guys in and out, as we will now simulate to the regular season. Week 1 is here. The goal is to make the Super Bowl, because we made the Super Bowl last year, and we're going to shoot for the stars once again. We are an 84 overall, 84 offense, 85 defense, and this will be the depth chart for the start of the season. Obviously, a lot of it is subject to change. If Zeke Bowman struggles, we could put Dede Winterblossom ahead of him. And then defensively, Marcel Stokely will get a lot of playing time. He'll be the rush defensive tackle number 2. Certainly going to consider switching around like our sub linebackers, for example. If guys like Babineau and Miles Jack struggle again, I may give more snaps to David Harris. So there's one more thing we have to do. We have to name one more team captain, because Brandon Linder left this offseason. He signed with the Jets. And we're going to give our final team captain spot to rookie Isaiah Sparks. Normally, rookies don't get it, but the team was wowed by the work ethic, the leadership, and the character that Isaiah Sparks brought to the table, and they decided to name him a captain. So let's talk about our Week 1 opponent, the team we beat in the Super Bowl last year, the Green Bay Packers. They've got a lot of good players on both sides of the ball. But of course, the big storyline with Green Bay this offseason is the quarterback change. Aaron Rodgers retired, and Jordan Love finally gets his opportunity to start. Love has thrown 4 passes in his first 4 NFL seasons, but he did enough to warrant a 4-year extension. And if he plays to his potential, that contract extension could be an absolute bargain. This Packers team is really tough. Other than Aaron Rodgers, they are fairly similar for the most part. And considering they made the Super Bowl a year ago, it's going to be a tough task, and I'm excited to get a rematch with them to start the season. So season number 5 of the Jags franchise is underway, and it'll start with a Super Bowl rematch between the Jags and the Packers. I don't know why they did not put this game on primetime like they normally do. Kind of odd. I mean, you had the two teams who made the Super Bowl a year ago. You put them on at Sunday at 1 o'clock. That feels kind of dumb. You'd think the NFL would go for the money and put them on Thursday night, but they're not, which is odd. So let's get this one underway as Green Bay will kick this one off, and Jacksonville will receive it. It's Mookie Baker in the back of the end zone. He will take a knee. So here comes the Jaguars offense led by third-year quarterback and Super Bowl MVP, Koko Nwosu, who really played well in the postseason a year ago. And I'm excited to see the leaps he might be able to make this season, especially with some more playmakers on the offense, including Isaiah Sparks, who is wearing jersey number 1. Here's Sparks' first career carry, and it's a fumble, and it's picked up by the Packers. Not to mention there's an injury on the field, and it's Koko Nwosu. We are 4 seconds into the season, and we've already turned the ball over, and our most important player gets injured. You literally cannot make this up. Koko going to the locker room, grabbing his lower arm. Now, luckily, the booth would review the call, and as you can see, Isaiah Sparks is definitely down by contact, so the fumble will be reversed. But the bigger storyline on this play is Koko Nwosu getting hurt. We're 1 play into the season, and our starting quarterback suffers an upper arm fracture, and he is done for the game and will likely miss multiple weeks. So that means Marsucio Alteron, the second-year pro out of Westlake, will take over. Alteron looked good in limited spurts as a rookie, and I am confident that he can be just fine as he completes a 21-yard pass for Zeke Bowman. Alteron wore number 1 last year, but with Isaiah Sparks being drafted, he decided to give that jersey number to his former college teammate, and Alteron will now wear number 3 as he gets a nice pass for Chark. DJ Chark with a juke move inside the 10. What a play by Chark to the 6-yard line for a gain of 38 yards. Seems like the offense is doing just fine with Marsucio up to this point, as it's now 3rd and goal from the 3. Alteron under pressure, and he will be sacked on the play by Trey Hendrickson. The big difference between Alteron and Koko is that Koko Nwosu is excellent under pressure, and Marsucio Alteron is a train wreck under pressure. So here is the field goal unit. Volker Gantz will make it from 28 yards, and it is now 3-0. Gantz was a Pro Bowler a year ago, but he did miss what almost was a costly extra point in the Super Bowl game. So here's the Packers offense with Jordan Love at quarterback as he gets it to the running back, Reese Olstadt, for a nice first down. A lot of new faces on this defense. Octavius October now at defensive tackle. Cornerback C.J. Henderson out the door. He is now a Los Angeles Charger. I'm excited to see how October can play, as on 2nd and 8, there's Devontae Adams wide open to the 8-yard line, and Adams is now injured. That is significant. Devontae Adams is one of the best receivers in the NFL. Packers certainly don't want to lose him. 3rd and goal. Olstadt trucks his way into the end zone for a Packer touchdown. So the first drive of Jordan Love does see them score, but their best offensive playmaker is also likely done for the rest of the day, which is significant. Jags have it back as Alteron on 3rd and 8, incomplete. He was under a lot of pressure on that play and was nearly intercepted. So the Jags would have to punt it, and the Packers have it back as on 1st down. Jordan Love looking to throw it. It's a short pass from the tight end, Jermaine Jenkins. Jenkins still alive down the field. Eventually, he is clobbered by Zaire Wiggins, but not before gaining 52 yards. The Jaguars could not cover tight ends at all last year, and seeing that play, well, that's not encouraging to see them against the tight end this year. First quarter in the books, 7-3 your score. Green Bay on top. The Packers are looking pretty good early. First play of the second quarter, Jordan Love heaves a prayer for the end zone, and it's intercepted by Julius Williams. I don't know why Love threw that pass. He launched it into double coverage. Wiggins and Williams were both there, and Wiggins happened to make the play on the ball. A great play by Julius Williams, the 3rd-year pro out of Oregon. So the offense will get it back. Here is the first down in the career of Isaiah Sparks. In Sparks' first college game with Westlake, he had 2 carries for 138 yards and 2 touchdowns. Doesn't seem like he's going to quite do that here, but it's good to see him making a play. Then on first down, Marsucio Alteron is sacked by Preston Smith. Smith had 2.5 sacks in the Super Bowl last year and caused the Jaguars' offensive line a lot of issues. 2nd and 22 now. Alteron's going to scramble with it. Although his mobility in the pocket is rough, he is quite mobile outside the pocket, gaining 26 yards, bringing it to midfield. Marsucio can run, let me tell you. He's got some wheels. Now at the 34-yard line, 2nd and 6. Alteron looking to throw it. He gets it to Casey Schock, who gets a nice play to the 24-yard line. Casey Schock led the NFL in receiving yards last year. I'm excited to see what he does in the 3rd year of his career. First down now up the middle for Isaiah Sparks, who brings it to the 13-yard line. Nice drive here for Sparks. He's had a few nice plays. 3rd and 10 now from the 13. Marsucio, short throw for Sparks. He does not get anything. Maybe a yard. Nice tackle by the Green Bay defense, as that'll send the field goal unit out. Another chip shot, a 30-yarder this time for Volker Gantz. He again drills it, no problem, and it is now 7-6. The Jags have been in the red zone twice today, but have not found the end zone. They've only scored field goals. So Green Bay gets it back, 3rd and 9. Love has to throw it away. A nice hit by the defensive tackle Octavius October, who had 10 sacks last year with the Chargers. Of course, coming over in the C.J. Henderson trade. He's going to be a big piece of this defense going forward. 3rd and 1, a bomb from Alteron over to Casey Schock, who gets the first down, and the Jags do call timeout. Now from the 25, with only 1 timeout to go, can Jacksonville score before the end of the half? Marsucio with a nice throw for DJ Chark, who brings it to the 3-yard line, but unfortunately Chark is now injured, and he would be removed from the game. 2nd and goal, Marsucio scrambling with it. He will run into the end zone for a touchdown, and Jacksonville will take the lead before halftime. A great run, great drive from Marsucio Alteron, but the Jags do have to sacrifice DJ Chark, who broke his collarbone on that play. So here's the Packers for a Hail Mary. Jordan Love gonna heave it deep. This one nearly reached the end zone. It's tipped, and Adams nearly made a play on the ball, but was unable to, incomplete. So that'll do it for the first half. The Jags do own the lead 13-7, but Koko Nwosu suffered a fractured upper arm. DJ Chark broke his collarbone, and Josh Jordan Jr. suffered turf toe. That is 3 key starters getting injured here in the first half of this game. So even though Jacksonville has the lead, I don't think they can be too thrilled. On to the second half, a dot for the running back Reese Olstadt, who gets it to the 43, wrapped up by Julius Williams. Williams will slide over from strong safety to 3 safety with the injury of Josh Jordan. 3rd and 4 now. Love with a quick strike. It is caught to the 14-yard line. Green Bay appears to be moving it, as that's John Ross, who was signed to a 3-year deal in the offseason, with the play. 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line. Olstadt with the handoff, but he is stuffed in the backfield by Bleat Friarwood. Although the main focus with Jacksonville's interior defensive line this year will be Octavius October and Marcel Stokely, don't forget about Bleat Friarwood as a good run stuffer. 3rd and goal now. Love under pressure, hit as he throws. K'Lavon Chaisson with the play. Chaisson had 11.5 sacks a year ago. He is due for an extension this offseason. I'm curious to see what Jacksonville does with him. So here's the field goal unit. Green Bay will cut the lead at half as it's now 13-10. A very low-scoring game. We've had a lot of high-scoring games in this series, specifically at the end of last season. But today, both defenses have been quite impressive. Here is R.J. Ewell with the ball down the field. Although Isaiah Sparks was drafted, you cannot forget about R.J. Ewell. He will definitely not be an afterthought on this offense, and still expect him to have a big role. Maybe not as many touches as he did last year, but he's still going to be a key player for this team. 3rd and 3 now from the 17-yard line. Winter Blossom in motion as Alteron looking to throw it, and it is caught. The first NFL reception for D.D. Winter Blossom, who gets it to the 8. Winter Blossom is going to be playing a lot more than expected with the injury of DJ Chark, so watch out for him. 3rd and goal now. Alteron looking to throw it, and it's intercepted by Tri-Heel Cheney, the 4th-year linebacker. That is the first interception Marsucio Alteron has thrown in his NFL career, and that, I mean, there's no excuses. That was an absolutely awful throw. I have no clue what he was thinking on that pass, and Green Bay gets it back. There's a nice throw to the 26-yard line, a gain of 17 for for the Packers, and their offense appears to be clicking despite starting with pretty poor field position. 3rd and 9 now, just under a minute to go in the quarter. Love, a short pass, and it is caught for a first down. And the Packers will again move the chains, as that's Jermaine Jenkins with the play. Quarter number 3 in the books. The Packers add a field goal as it is 13-10. Let's go to the fourth quarter. Green Bay has it at the opposing 30 on first down. Jordan Love looking to throw it, and he is sacked! Octavius October with his first sack as a Jaguar. October's had a few nice QB hits today, but now he finally gets that sack. And now it is 3rd and 12 for Green Bay. Love looking to throw it. He goes up the middle. It is caught, but Green Bay is unable to get the first down. A big tackle by Rashawn Babineau, who is also due for a contract extension at the end of the year. So the field goal unit will return a 40-yard attempt for Brandon McManus. He will make it, and this game is now tied up at 13. We've got ourselves a nail-biter. Can Marsucio Walter-Ron clutch up here in the fourth quarter, or will he fold to the pressure as on first down it's a jet sweep for Casey Shock? Shock, whoop! Nice little juke move. He brings it to the 46-yard line for a nice play. Casey Shock has had a pretty good performance today, and he's definitely going to have to step up with DJ Chark likely out for the next few weeks. 2nd and 4. There's a dot in the hands of Zeke Bowman. And it seems like Marsucio is getting his confidence back after that really bad interception on the previous drive. Now at the 17, under 4 minutes to go. It's Isaiah Sparks with a nice cut inside the 5. Not quite able to score his first NFL touchdown, but he was close on that play, bringing it to the 4. Can the Jaguars punch it in? It's now 2nd and goal. Marsucio, short throw is caught by the tight end, David Njoku. A great drive from Marsucio Walter-Ron and company to put the Jaguars up 7 with 3 minutes to go. So now we got to see if Jordan Love can drive his team down the field. Although Love has been in the NFL for over 4 years, this is pretty much his NFL debut if you think about it. Marsucio even had more experience than Jordan Love going into this game. First down, Love with a nice throw for Allstott. Should not have ran out of bounds there, but still a nice play. And now Octavius October is hurt. Thankfully, his injury was not serious. I believe he suffered muscle cramps, so he will be fine going forward. 2nd and 4. Love is sacked by Marcel Stokely, the second-year pro out of Minnesota. Stokely's going to get a lot more playing time this season. Watch out for him to make a major impact. 3rd and 15 now at the 2-minute warning for the Packers. Love looking to throw it. Has time, takes a shot downfield, and it's nearly intercepted. Bob Adams had that one right in his hands, but it's incomplete. Adams wearing jersey number 8 this year, by the way. As now it's 4th and 15, the Packers are going to go for it. Love takes a shot deep downfield, and it's broken up. Williams and Wiggins were both there. Adams the intended target, and it is not looking good for Green Bay as the Jaguars are pretty much just going to try to chew some clock. On first down, Sparks finds the hole. Nice juke move by Sparks, still alive, and he gets pushed out at the 12. That does stop the clock, which is good news for the Packers, but Jacksonville is definitely now in field goal range, which is really all they need to ice the game. 3rd and 9 now from the 11. Marsucio scrambling with it. He gets it to Casey Shock for the touchdown, and the Jaguars will likely put the coffin on this one. 2 fourth-quarter touchdown passes from Marsucio Walter-Ron, and the Packers are in big trouble. First down, Love sacked again. Marcel Stokely with his second in the game, and he is now in the zone, ladies and gentlemen. That is bad news for Jordan Love. 3rd and 23, Love with a deep shot downfield, and it's caught. What a catch by Kendrick Bourne. And now with 1 second to go, it's 4th and 5. The Packers are going to go for a Hail Mary, even though they're down by 14, as Love doesn't even get to throw the Hail Mary. October was in the backfield too quickly, and that'll do it. 27-13 is your final. A nice win here for Jacksonville, as the Packers are unable to get revenge, but the Jags also lost 3 key starters in the process. I find it interesting that coming off the Super Bowl game where both Aaron Rodgers and Koko Nwosu were really good, neither of them threw a pass today. Neither of the 2 starting quarterbacks in last year's Super Bowl threw a single pass. Aaron Rodgers obviously retired, and Koko was in the game 1 play. I did like what I saw from Marsuccio, 21 of 27, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Isaiah Sparks had a nice debut, 18 carries for 93 yards. Casey Shock had a really good game. He's obviously going to have to step up with DJ Chark's injury. And defensively, our interior defensive line was really good. October had a great game. Marcel Stokely got 2 sacks in the fourth quarter. Although our edge rushers didn't do a whole lot, the interior pass rush was great. So we end up getting the win, but it comes with some consequences. DJ Chark and Koko Nwosu will each miss the next 6 games. If it makes us feel any better, Josh Jordan's turf toe will not be an issue. He'll be back next week. But this is gigantic. These are our 2 most important players, our quarterback and our best player on our team. So that's certainly going to spin some interesting storylines here into the new season. We're going to need a lot of young players to step up. Obviously, at wide receiver, Casey Shock's going to have to look like a number 1. We're going to need Zeke Bowman and Dede Winterblossom to play well. And then at quarterback, Marsuccio Alteron has looked really good in 2 games pretty much of his NFL career. But he's going to need to be consistent. He's going to start these next 6 weeks, it looks like. And although I'm comfortable with Marsuccio Alteron going forward, he needs to prove why we used a 3rd-round pick on him. So I hope everybody enjoyed. Next time, we will play the next 2 games in our schedule. Week 2 against Tennessee, Week 3 against Miami. Should be fun. Let me know what you thought of this one in the comments below. And as always, have a good one. Peace out.